Hello, everyone. Hoping that you guys can see and hear me very well. For those who are on, I thank you for joining. I'm Bernice, a CEO of Loman Creative Services, also the author of Marketing Campaigns Handbook. I will be discussing with you guys today. Please let me know if you guys can hear me. I would love to know if you guys can hear me. Awesome. Hi. Will be my tech person. Thank you so much. Awesome. Mina. Nice to meet you. All right. I want to first say hello to everybody now that I know officially that you guys can hear me. I want to say hello to everyone. I want to introduce myself. And while you guys are coming in, I want you guys to comment hello. Let's get an interaction going. I want to say I am not one of those presenters that I'm just presenting to you. We are in this together. We are speaking to one another, we are learning, we are expanding our mind, and I want to make sure that you guys feel welcome. So welcome to the session of Marketing Campaigns for Ministry, and I will be your presenter for this session, Bernice Loman. I soon will be sharing my screen momentarily, and so you guys can see my screen. All right. And for those who are on now, I want to ask you to go ahead, and while I share my screen, I want to ask you to go in and comment for me. Who are you? A little bit about yourself, and why did you choose to attend this session, Marketing Campaigns for Ministry? I would love to address any concerns that you may have. I will have a session for Q&A that you will have an opportunity to ask questions, and at my best ability, I will be available for you to answer any of those questions. Now, while I am prepping for this, I would love for you to give me your feedback. Who are you? Introduce yourself, all of that great stuff. And here we go. I'm trying to find, I don't see my keynote here. It says that it's here. So Amina, I believe I will need you. I don't see all of my presentation here. Thank you. Yeah, so I will need you, Amina. Some preferences, and here we go. So now I should be able to see it. All right, now I should be able to see it. All right, can you guys see my screen? Should be able to see it. And I see this takes up the whole window, but awesome. Hi, Jolyn, Pastor Stokes. Awesome. Thank you. Welcome. We're just getting the tech part together. Okay, I'm going to leave it this way. I see that I can do this here, and this works perfectly. I do see, though, that my entire slides aren't working, but you guys are in my session, so I'm going to get started, and so that you guys can still get the information that I have here. Okay, does that sound good? All right. So you see here's my intro presentation for the Marketing Campaigns for Ministry. I'm so glad that you're here, and what I want to share with you guys a little bit about who I am and my background. my expertise. And just to let you know, you're in good hands today. I am the CEO, the founder of Loman Creative Services. Ever since 2011, I am the owner, and we have 18 members. Our headquarters office is in Atlanta, Georgia. So we're based in Atlanta, Georgia. And we now have a office in Savannah, Georgia. That's where I reside. And a little bit about who I am. That was about the company Loman Creative Services, but a little bit about who I am. I am a business coach. I am a certified business coach. And one of the things that I offer to ministries and businesses is my business coaching, where I assist you in ministry and business. But I focus more so on two components, and that's goal setting and accountability, where we bring in strategies and help you with your goals. Another thing that, as I mentioned before, as I am the owner of Loman Creative Services, where Loman Creative Services, we're the one-stop shop for branding and marketing, as well as we offer technology training, we offer photography, videography, we assist ministries in marketing and branding. And I'm also an author, and I'll share with you guys a little later about my newest book, which is Marketing Campaigns Handbook. All aspects of marketing, and is definitely a to get in all major stores, Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, Walmart, etc. But I'm going to share with you guys some nuggets, what's inside the book, Marketing Campaign Handbook, on today. So you're actually going to get I would say like a pre-launch of the book today. Although it is launched, I'm going to give you guys some good pointers from that book today. And so let me first get started with just letting you know what marketing is. Some of us have already had an idea. Oh, yes, absolutely. Let God use it in spite of that. Exactly, Dr. Catherine Jackson. Thank you so much. It's actually my first time experiencing this specific platform, and I see here, not such like Zoom or any other platforms, it doesn't allow me to see just it doesn't allow me to just see my presentation and myself at the same time without seeing the presentation itself. So I wanted to just make sure that you guys got the time in my presentation. So I wanted to make sure that you guys did still get the time for my presentation. And I just wanted to make sure. Okay. So here, I want to first, before we get into marketing campaigns for ministry, I just want to break down what marketing is. And a lot of us have already have an idea what marketing is. It's the process. It's processes for creating, communicating, and delivering. Simple as that. Okay. It's simple as processing for creating, communicating, and delivering. I want you guys to type that down now. Type creating, communicating, and delivering. Okay. Processing for creating, communicating, and delivering. So those three things we're going to cover today: creating, communicating, and delivering. Okay. Those are what you call marketing. Now, there are, of course, marketing tools. There's social media marketing. There's content marketing. We're going to cover those marketing. But what I want to share with you is the creating part and the communicating and the delivering. Now, what happens a lot of times with marketing where the church can be confused with marketing is, number one, the creating part. And of course, we need the staffing. We need staffing when it comes to ministry. We're going to need the staffing to create. Now, we're going to definitely need training for creating. When you think of marketing, it's not just distribution. That is that delivery that I'm going to be discussing with you guys today. But the creating part, believe it or not, is one of the important pieces when it comes to marketing. Sometimes what happens in ministry is, thank you for commenting that, Sylvia. Yes, absolutely. Jacqueline, yes, yes. Process of creating, communicating, and delivering. What happens a lot of times in ministry is that we are accustomed to just delivering without actually communicating and not just delivering. The question is, what are we delivering? Okay, what are we delivering? And that first part, if I was to say a number of importance, thank you, Leroy. Yes, communicating is the key. Listen, we're gonna walk this thing. I need you guys. Let me time myself here because I want to walk this. I want to walk this process in a way that you guys can truly understand that there is a process to marketing. And we can't just deliver without having the process concept in mind, okay? The concept in mind first is creating. And so I want to first pause and just to share the importance of creating. Creating, yes, you may have your logo. You may say, Bernice, we're so excited. We just launched our logo. We have a brand new logo. We have our flyers. This is the typical I would say tool or technique that most ministries first think about, okay? And that is something that we share. We have a logo. We're excited. We have our colors. You can ask any brand expert. Of course, they're going to give you your hex colors, your specific color that you need for your ministry, and that all brand across the board will use those specific colors. You have your postcards. Now we're here in the COVID-19, so I got to change my conversation from postcards now to digital flyers, from our regular standard of newsletters and postcards to now we're talking about email marketing and text marketing. How we're going to get those phone numbers, how we're going to get those email, how we're going to get into this is what the process, this is what the process is, okay? So let's first talk about the process of creating, and it's not just the logo, but what are you creating? You must first know that it's not a standalone. I have created a logo for my church, or I have created a flyer, and everyone's super excited about this, right? But the question is, like people just commented, communicating is the key. So what are we communicating? Like now, what is, I share in my book, I start before I get into the marketing of the marketing campaign handbook, I share about the branding, what it is, but still know your message, your DNA of your church, your ministry. You must understand the DNA, who you call to minister to, who are the people, not just around you, but now we're talking e-church. Now we're in the pandemic, and even before this pandemic, we all should have gotten in a place that, okay, things are changing, things are evolving, things are growing. It's time to expand. So this is why we're here, right? Because we understand that there is a time to grow, and there is yet still a process. Yes, process. Exactly. All right. Okay. So I need you guys to comment. As I stated in the beginning, you guys got to comment. You got to talk back to me. I need you to comment process, because I'm going to break this process. I'm going to break this process down so you'll understand what it looks like. Okay. Now, when you're communicating and when you're understanding your DNA, now think of DNA as who you are. You are an original, regardless of, you may have a twin, regardless if you're a cousin, your aunt, you look like your mom, your dad, and them. Regardless, there's still something about a DNA that brings a very direct to you, a uniqueness to who you are. You your fingerprint is the only fingerprint there is that will identify who you are. Okay. So think about that as in ministry. Your ministry should have its own DNA. Yeah, you may have a similar purple and gold, blue and gold, royal gold, yellow, black color, red color as another ministry, but there should be something that should resonate with someone when they are in your not just your presence, but even on your online presence, that when they see something that is coming from your ministry. Now, this is where the process come in. The process with what marketing is, yes, know your ministry DNA. Absolutely, Leroy. You must know your ministry DNA. Now, let me just backtrack a little bit for those who aren't as familiar with me and what I do. I did introduce myself from a CEO, Loman Creative Services. Another thing that I also do in ministry, and not just business, but I serve in ministry as well as a brand strategist, as well as I help ministries rebrand and relaunch their ministries online, where that consists of marketing tools such as I will be sharing with you guys today. Absolutely. Absolutely, where I share with you guys what it looks like with marketing and branding DNA, and understanding that is more than just I have created something, but it coincides, it comes together with the communication. And a lot of time what happens is, as I stated before, we skip past we can create something and then we kind of skip past that communication part. So I'm going to stay right here on this slide for a minute, because I want you guys to understand that we cannot skip the communication part. And then we're going to go into the delivery and having tools that you can use for marketing that can help deliver. Now, this is what will happen if you skip the process. Comment, don't skip the process. Okay. I feel like preaching today. Don't skip the process. What happens when you skip the process is that you can create something and immediately skip communication, and you will deliver something prematurely. You will create something that it will confuse who you're called to help. We first must understand who we are called to help and be where they are. You cannot tell me as a ministry that you are called to help youth, but yet do not have a Snapchat or do not have an Instagram that you're running stories constantly. So here we first need to understand who we're called to help, what right, because I see this happen a lot. Like, keep in mind, one of the things that I do in ministry is I come in and I assist ministries, and I look and I evaluate and I share tips of what they need to do. Now, also with my business coaching hat, I give accountability. We set goals. So it's a process, right? I need y'all guys to comment process, because we're going to be talking about process today, because process is definitely important, is so needed when it comes to ministry. And if you skip past the communication and go directly into delivery, not only will you confuse your audience, but your audience they're not only confused, but you definitely also will be kind of confused. You'll just be posting from everywhere. You're just posting. I love excellent sites such as Hootsuite, great platform. We use it as well. And what I want to say, not to take away from platforms like that, but I just want to share this because we sometimes as ministry, we get great information and we're excited about getting it, and we're so excited about using it, and then we're ready for the delivery, yet we did not have that communication. We didn't have that strategy. We didn't have that talk. So I want to encourage you today, those who are in here, I want to encourage you to have that talk, that sit down. And this is what I'm going to do. You guys who are here watching, listening inside this session today, I want to, this will be like our one-on-one session, like I will have one of my consultations where I first asked them to give me their ministry websites. I like to look at the branding. So I want you guys to pause right now and drop in the comment. I want to see some of your ministry brandings. I want to see some of your websites. I want to see your social medias, and I want to take a look at that, because there you go. Thank you. Go ahead and comment. So we're gonna have this interaction session just as if you guys were in a consultation with me. We have I see we have Bethel Lane campaign. Okay, great. Because this is what I want you guys to know. Believe it or not, okay, this is what happens. And we're still on the subject of communication. What happens, and I'm going to tell you why I asked for this, okay? And why I asked for this, thank you so much, Jolyn, Pastor Stokes. Why I asked this for all of our consultations before anything. I got a few, I see that. But I have 3 so far, okay? And I'm waiting on the others to come, okay? I'll just do one, Alexis, just for demonstration purposes. Okay, so this is why I ask for a consultation with the websites in the consultations. First, not only are you online, but while you are communicating, right? Let me say this. You're somewhat communicating if you are on any platform. You're online. I see the @ symbol. That means you may be on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. So you are on a social media network, right? And because you are on a social media network, or you're online, you have somewhat of an online presence. Now, it may not be the presence that you would love it to be, but you still have a presence. If you have set your website here, you have an online presence, right? That means you are online, and at some point, someone can find you. You have an address, you have an online address where someone can find you. Now, you're correct. It's not what I want it to be. Okay, listen, we're working this thing out. It is okay, Pastor Stokes. We are working this out. And this is why you're here. You have made the investment that you have decided, okay, it's not where I want to be, but I have attempted to make a step. I have walked by faith. So I'm all over the place. It's okay. Great. I'm going to take that ladylovesherpin.com. I'm going to take that. Okay, so what we're going to do in this session, I want to give you an example. As we're talking about you created your website, you've created some form of a graphic, or you've created a presence. That's what you did. You created a presence. But this is what happens. You've created it, and now it's a form of delivery. It is online, is a way where your message can be delivered. Now, the question is, when you're delivering, what you're delivering is communication. So as I go and visit your website, not only this is a new person. I am a new person just coming on your website. I do not know any of you who have gave me your website. Okay. So I want you first to think that I will be a new person just coming randomly to your website. So this is what I want you to see, that this is an example. Right, here's one. I'm gonna do a I actually love this website, right? All right, so if I may, for this website, BethelAMEcampaign.org, I first would like to ask you if it's okay if I can give some examples or some feedback, if that is okay. Okay, great. Awesome. All right, awesome. So I don't want to put anyone on blast or anything. I want to make sure, okay? Because, hey, they told me I can be as creative with my presentation as possible. So here we go. So here we go, right? All right, so here we go. You guys should see on the slide, there is a Bethel AME church. All right, so we have amazing colors. First, let me just say there's a, looks like a Weebly logo. So that's just it's called a favicon that you can find on the website that you actually can add your logo inside there so that Weebly branding is not there. That's one. So that literally, that was just the first thing that stood out to me when I saw the W. I knew just as a website developer, I automatically knew what that was, but I'm just saying a typical person might not know. But I want to say this, as we share our message, there will be something that some people may not, they may see that kind of like capture their eyes first. Secondly, I love the colors. That was like my second thing. Like, wow, I love the green. I love the butterfly. Wow, that's amazing. I love that. I love that right there. I love the color. Now, I want to say this as well. It says powered by Weebly. I would suggest too that the ministry invests into a paid website so that the branding totally will be Bethel and the Weebly logo, can get out of there. You're using a platform, but still. I want to say this as we're talking about communication, how important it is, because how people perceive you online, now that we're definitely in this pandemic time, there are people that are going to first automatically, that's something that they're going to quickly gravitate to. That's something that's going to grab their attention. And so you want to make sure that your brand is right there, your message is there. And then when marketing gets when that marketing comes to that delivery, and I'll explain a little later about the marketing tools and the delivery of it, when it comes time for the delivery of marketing, it's so easy. Branding is like that gateway that helps you into the marketing. Okay, you guys are with me? I hope you guys are with me. Okay, awesome, great. So those are just some things that it automatically will grab attention automatically first. Okay, now here we have excellent. I want to say this. I love the fact that you have the history there, because this is something that I personally do. I automatically just go to the website. I automatically go to a website, and I hope you guys are taking great notes even from this demonstration. You'll understand that when someone who doesn't know you at all, maybe they've seen you on online or social media, whatever has drawn them to going to the website, maybe it was a simple post, maybe you text something out, whatever the platform that you use, you'll know and understand that there may be people that they're going to automatically go to about. Now on the phone, the difference with this, with the mobile phone, most people just continue to scroll because it's mobile optimized. And when it's mobile optimized, it makes it so easy. And what I mean by mobile optimized, meaning it's positioned enough that when you're on your smartphone, your phone, your iPad, is right there in your face. I'm pretty much giving you layman's term. Okay, so I'm not too techy or whatever. You can definitely see it right there on your phone. It pops up so that you can see it there. So it's just positioned there. So using the mobile phone, people just tend to scroll, and that's why it's definitely important that while you are marketing on your website, that everything is done on that homepage to sum it up first. So for those who have not said, I don't think I did anything much to my homepage, I want to encourage you. Like for an example, we have Bethel AM Church here that has the history. There's the pastor's corner. There's a minstrel staff. There's a weekly services. There's a contact. There's COVID-19 updates. So each of those tabs should have many condensed information that can go to that homepage. Now, I would say change the color a little bit so that that background is not as grayish. I would love to see that also in a white background. And so that's very easy on the eyes when it comes to the mobile phone. But all of these, now we're still talking about marketing. Keep in mind, this is something that we're talking about communicating. Because as we are communicating our message, we're communicating, who we are. Remember, I said that marketing, ministry DNA. We must understand that communication is highly important. We can use our flyers, we can use our graphic design and posters, we can use our definitely social media. We can use the marketing tools, but yet our message and what we're communicating has to be sharp. Okay, comment that it has to be sharp every time. Try to, because what happens is when there's someone who's visiting online, never heard of your ministry, yet they have they're going online and they see you, and you want to make sure that the message, everything that they have seen thus far, if you drive them on home to your home website, right, they can still see what they saw in the beginning, but they saw more. So if they saw in the beginning you did some posts, maybe Facebook Live, something exciting, and then later they go to the website, you want to make sure that you keep them there, that where the purpose in the beginning that they have gone in the beginning, that is there. They see that, but they see it more on a broader scale. So that home, that history, a little bit about that. I see the history there on the website. I would even incorporate a little of the pastor's corner in here as well, and that a link that can take them to more information. That's what you call a button. To add a button that they can find those, especially when they're on like a desktop, laptop, such as I'm on a laptop right now. But of course, if you're on a mobile phone, what happens is a lot of people might not go, and statistically proven, a lot of people might not just go on in the tabs on the side with the mobile phone, but they will scroll. So make sure that you don't lose information with them right there. And that is why having a video there will definitely be a great way to capture your audience. Okay. All right, great advice. Yes, it has to be shot. All right, so here we go. We're still talking about that message. We're still talking about the communication. Now that we understand our message, and the message will be, who we're called to minister to. You don't say everybody. I've had some pastors to say, everybody. I want the youth. I want, I want the older people too. No, don't say everybody. There is a select of people. Thank you, Monica. There's a select of people that you are called to minister to. Okay. There, what we call target audience in business, there's a such thing as a target audience in ministry. Whether you're called to a group of hurting women, hurting male, are you called to the homeless? Are you called? Of course, we're all called to those who are unsaved to share the message of Jesus Christ. But at the end of the day, in your ministry, what is your ministry motto? Okay. In my book, I have here the marketing campaign handbook. One of the things, I have assignments in this book. One thing that I have, yes, your message isn't for everyone, Leroy. One thing that I have in this book is I challenge the ministers, I challenge business owners, I challenge them to write their own position statement. That is a position statement. Now, we've heard of mission statement, we've heard of vision statement, but somebody comment position statement. So now we know, maybe have had an idea of what a mission statement is. Absolutely. A mission statement, of course, we have a statement of the mission. What's the purpose? And then we have a statement of vision where are we headed? where you're headed as a ministry. Most ministries have that already, but the position statement is that statement and letting everyone know who are you, but not just who are you called to serve, but yet what position do you hold in this earth? So what position does your ministry hold? Who are you there to serve? Not only there, who are you there to serve? How will you serve them? What is your position? Are you in the great Northeastern? Are you positioned to assist a group of leaders in this group of area? Are you engaging online to meet a certain demographic of 30 plus 30 to 40 of people? Where are you positioned? And so when you understand that, marketing is so easy. It's not hard. It is not hard. I find that one of the reasons why ministry sometimes seems kind of marketing always seems so hard to me. And I'm going to tell you that no, it is definitely not. I'm going to tell you some reasons why it seems difficult is because we feel there are some that this is what I've heard, and here's also what I've seen and experienced. I've seen and heard people say, I'm not as creative and I don't have the people to help and assist me in the delivery. Now, this is what I want to tell you, that when the communication is on point, okay? All right, this is what I want to tell you. When the communication, all right, is sharp. That's the word that I'm going to use today. This is my vocabulary, the sharpness, okay? When is there, people will not have no issue with getting on board. You will have the staff that you need. You will have the team. People will come because they see the vision. It's just like write the vision down and make it plain. Write the vision down and make it plain. It's that and write the vision. I'm going to say it again. Write the vision down and make it plain so that they can see it and run with it, right? You will have no issue or no problem having someone to run with it, that delivery, to bring it all together, if there is, of course, consistency. Definitely. It looks like a drop in consistency across the platform. Absolutely. I thank you so much. Consistency matters. Consistency matters. The colors, the font, that all of that is actually branding. It's actually in the beginning stage. Now, marketing comes in with the communication, the delivery, and creativity also plays a big part into branding. Terrence, yes, Pastor Thomas, he asked, is the position statement for the church or for the pastor? I definitely would recommend, of course, the overall of the ministry, so that those who are anything that you're doing online, we're talking marketing now, right? With the subject. Now, I'm not going to get too much into branding because my topic is marketing campaigns. So I want to share with you guys about marketing campaigns. But I want to do share with you guys that definitely consistency does matter, and that comes in with the branding. But the position statement, when you are sharing any marketing, you definitely want to be very clear. I say this as a business coach all the time to my clients. You have to be clear. And this matters also for the pastor. I would highly recommend having two position statements. The pastor, because the pastor will have, he or she should also have, like most pastors, he or she has a personal ministry that position statement can be in, just to see where you are as well. And then also the ministry position statement. It's a great communicator. You can communicate and say, okay, here's the position here. This is what it looks like. And then, okay, alongside with the ministry position statement, where are we? Where are we now? And not only where we're going, that would be your vision statement, right? But where are we right now? How are we positioned? That should be a plus, a number one thing that you can do. I've shared in my book also, I shared my personal in our book, excuse me, our company Loman Creative Services position statement, to give an example inside the book of what a position statement does look like, where it starts off with who you are, just a little brief of your ministry, and then you also who are you called to serve, and how are you positioned, where are you positioning to be. That is a pointer that I would highly recommend. Yes, Dr. Catherine Jackson, consistency is where I have the biggest struggle, and it message most of you are saying, okay, I hear God through you presenters. I have to get my AZ together, okay, my act together. I'm going to have to learn from her example. Awesome. Yes, consistency across the board. Yes, I love it. Thank you so much, Monica. I appreciate that. Now, this is, as we're talking about campaigns, I want to share with you guys, let me get into my slides here. All right, here we go. I want to share with you guys something here. One of the things that I also share with everyone before we get into marketing campaigns. Now, I say this, I share this a lot. Okay, I share this a lot about totaling up the cost first. And this may not be you guys, but I want to share this. I always share this before I go into anything digital or any other extra cost as it relates to digital platforms. I always start with, totaling up the cost before. It's just something about sometimes with ministry, we tend to say, I don't have the budget. That might not be you guys, but I want to say this anyway. Think about where your money is going right now, okay? And so then I want to move you into the campaigns and what the campaigns look like. And what is campaigns? I want to first share with you what that campaign is and how you can create the campaign around your ministry. But you must first total up the cost, because when we're talking about campaigns, there is going to be somewhat a time. There's time that goes into campaigns, and we're talking consistency now, okay? And we're also discussing the tools that it takes, the manpower that it may also take, the team that it takes. Just like this, I can definitely imagine Minister Womack, who has set up this amazing platform. It takes a team. And so you want to make sure that you're just totaling up the cost. The word of God even states that we must total up the cost before building, right? So I'm still in the word. We must total up the cost. So whether it is your visitor registrations that you've done before, your tithe envelopes, things that you have printed, visitor forms, your copy papers, printing ink, church programs, phones. For the typical modern church, we might not do as many hymn books, but there are still ministries that also have hymn books. Then you have Sunday school books, you have Bible school books, you have vocational Bible schools, you have your flyers, you have your fundraiser tickets, you have other paper expenses. Now, I want you guys first to total up the cost. Stay with me because I'm going somewhere with this, okay? I want to share with you how important it is first to total up the cost, because you may think of that you don't have the means to get into campaigns, but it's totally, it's doable. It is definitely doable. Now, what campaigns are is it's a 3 to 6 weeks, and then there's some campaigns that can be up to a year. You can do a campaign for a year's time. A campaign is just a length of time where you are strategizing. Comment strategy. You need strategy when you're doing a campaign. Now, during this length of time, I stated in the beginning about marketing was communication. Now, the key is, what are you wanting to communicate? You can create a 3 to 6 weeks. It can be a 3 to 6 months campaign. These are times that you're blocking out for a specific goal. That is time that you're blocking out for a specific goal. Now, the goal may be you need, let's say you would like 150 new members. And we can discuss virtual. Say you want to have 150 online, we're saying virtual members, right? So between that time, the strategy that will be implemented will be, okay, we want 150 new members. What kind of members? Who are we searching for? Who are we seeking during this time in this 100? You legit just made my day harder because I'm going to hear about this later. Consistency, my struggle. You guys, listen, you guys got this consistency. Now, I do want to ask you, because I want to be able to, as I stated, you guys are like, we're in this, right? As if you guys are one of my consultations. We're in here and we're talking and I'm sharing with you guys some information, but I don't want to go ahead and you guys are still here on the consistency. So I don't want to pause, and I'm here for you guys. I want to ask, what has been, oh, thank you. Blessings. What has been your struggle with consistency? I want to help you with that, because I see a couple still discussing that, and I want to pause. Listen, I'm going to pause just for you guys on this, because I want to help you with the consistency part, because there are definitely great tools that ends up being overwhelming. Okay, it's overwhelming because do you not have the staff, or is there not an appointed person? Because as we're talking with campaigns, you're going to need someone in place for the campaigns, unless you are hiring on a staff or a team that can assist you with the campaigns. And one of the things that I have written about inside my book, Marketing Campaign Handbook, is I share how you can implement a marketing campaign for your ministry. And what happens is you need to strategize to have you need a team. You can't do it by yourself. Absolutely not. Time and personnel. So the question is, have you created an online form for volunteers? Have you created a system that would allow those virtually to work who want to be a part? You will be so surprised that there are a lot of people that truly love working in ministry and want to use their gift, but that communication is not there for them to know, okay, I see that is available. I would love to apply. What you said, I love that. Have you created your ministry, for an example, Bethel, as seeking virtual members, or that there's availability. Like if you want to build an online church, begin creating the vacancy. I'm a believer that we can speak those things that are not as though they were, and we also can prepare for things that we don't see. We can't expect the people to come and we're not knowing, okay, when the people come, what are they going to do? Create the description. You have big corporations and jobs. Now, let's be real. You can go to Coca-Cola, you can go on McDonald's, these large corporations, right? You can go, we're ministry. We're talking Bishop Jakes. You can go on there and you can see availability with the job description of what they will be doing. All right. This also is a great way that you can create an opportunity for those who are available. Thank you so much. So create that. Create a space that they can apply and they can communicate with you. Now, some great campaign tools while you're in that segment that segment time. Use social media. Hootsuite is a great platform that you can use, and it helps with time. Those who I mentioned, someone who mentioned about staffing, Hootsuite is a great way that you can just connect your social media platforms. And I said Hootsuite is a platform that I commented there that you can use, and you can connect all your social media platforms into the Hootsuite platform, and you post one time. And when you post that, and you can even schedule it. So you schedule that one time, and it goes out on all your social media platforms that you have, and that also can help you. And I also recommend, like for we're talking messaging, I also recommend Constant Contact is really good as well. I'm going to put my link here. We're a partner of Constant Contact, one of the world's largest email marketing firms, and I recommend also using them for your email. Yeah. What about Promo Republic? I've heard of them. Jaleel, I haven't used them, but any other platform that you are well familiar with and you prefer to use it, absolutely. I do not say no, don't use it. I'm just using I'm just sharing the platforms that I've used over the years, that I have trained in, and that I've assisted our clients in with ministry and business, and assisting them and helping them in that. And I just know that they work. So yeah, but definitely there are tons of other platforms, such as I'm sharing with you guys the link there. Constant Contact will also, you can schedule your newsletters out. Yes, I am. Yes, you can. Absolutely. I actually sent you my referral link. Pastor Stokes there, that link there. If you click on there, it'll take you right to the Constant Contact, my referral page right there. You should see Loman Creative Services right at the top left. So absolutely. Yes, I love it thus far. Yeah, it's amazing, because those who mention about consistency, this would allow you to create a newsletter, and you can create a newsletter for your church, and it brings in a consistency, because you can schedule your posts. I recommend scheduling your posts, and you also, Buffer is amazing as well. The Buffer is also good, and so great, awesome. My email, okay, amazing. Thank you for sharing that. We are in time, but I do want to share with you guys that as you are starting into your campaigns, keep in mind that your message is highly important. Your communication is highly important. Anything that you're needing done in your ministry, share it. Creating graphic. And let me share with you guys my information as well. I have some great tutorials on my website that you guys also can definitely get information. I have also on our YouTube channel, Loman Creative Services, there is we have a YouTube channel with tons of information, and actually have a video there that goes more in depth into marketing campaigns, email marketing. I have a tutorial video to teach you how to create your first newsletter. If you've been number one to this email marketing thing, even text marketing. And I want to also share with you guys my book that I was sharing information from. I would definitely encourage you guys to go. Amazing. Thank you so much. marketingcampaignhandbook.com. You can find all information there, and go there and also subscribe, and you'll get information about the upcoming podcast episodes. The podcast is here. You can go on iTunes, Google, etc., all major platforms, where I share with you guys marketing tools as well. So I'm not going to leave you guys hanging. I'm not going to leave you hanging. There's some great tools there, and definitely get the marketing campaign handbook. In fact, one of the things I want to share before I end, I want to share with you content marketing. Content marketing is going to be one of the biggest biggest ever. Somebody comment content. Biggest thing ever. And that's why I want you to get my book, because I share content marketing in ministry is highly important. It's communicating, but you're using tools. Your content is marketing. Excuse me. Content is information. Yeah, content is king. Content is information. We talked about communication, right? But it's that information that you're sharing, but you're using other platforms. You're using different platforms to help you. If you see me looking down, I'm actually looking inside my book. I'm going to tell you what I have. I actually have a full chapter on content and the benefits of content marketing. But I want to leave this with you. I'm going to give you guys some pointers here, right? Page 44. I'm right here of my book. Some 7 ways that you can distribute information. We know about social media, but I want to share with you about blogging. Blogging is a great way that you can share information. In fact, while you're teaching and while you're preaching, while you're teaching online, or I need to talk with you. Thank you so much. I would love to talk with you as well. While you're talking and while you're preaching, that you can be blogging as well. Now you can take what you're saying, your message, your video, your everything that you're doing, and it can be transcribed into a blog. Inside my book, I actually give you the exact tools, step by step, on the platforms, on what you can use to do that. In fact, I've written books from transcriptions. So when I go on Facebook Live, I transcribe my Facebook Live and bring it into a content text form. That is an easy way that you also can share information. Another thing that I also would love to share with you guys before I go, and I know I'm over my time. I just love this stuff. I can talk about this stuff like literally all day. But podcasting, definitely Anchor is a great platform. I would suggest it's free, that you guys can also share in ministry. It helps while you're building your campaigns. It's another great platform, and that Anchor would even allow you to it will distribute the the episodes for you. So if you're wanting to be on Apple, iTunes, if you're wanting to be on Google Podcasts, etc., Anchor will allow you to share your message. Remember, I said you could take a video just like this and transcribe it, not just for the text, but you also can transcribe it for the audio. And it would allow you to load that audio right into your podcast. So you could just take one video and allow it to be a distribution. So yes, absolutely, Jacqueline Anthony, content is king. All right, guys, I'm about to wrap it up. I have my information there. Here's my office number as well for those who would love to reach out. Here's my website. So if you guys want to reach out, I have everything here. And also, we're in this platform, so you just click my profile. Everything is there, but I just want to make sure you guys get it right inside this session and that you have it as well. So any questions, though? Any questions? I want to wrap it up. Any questions? There were some questions, but I don't want to leave without saying anything, without answering. I want to answer questions. All right. So, great, Dr. Jackson. So Anchor distributes. Anchor is a free platform. You can get an app. You can get the app, Android or Apple, or desktop, laptop, and you can record right there, or you can load in some audio that you have if you're on a laptop or desktop. But if you're right from your phone, You can record right there, and it would distribute to iTunes, Google Podcasts, etc. Okay. Jackie, you are wonderful. You are amazing. Everyone, you guys are awesome. Now, no, Anchor does not transcribe. And if you guys are familiar with Zoom, Zoom also transcribes. They have a third party that they use as well. But Zoom definitely is. But I hope you guys do get the book. I do have some information there as well as companies of what I've used for my transcription as well. So it's some great information for you. Any other questions? All right. You said, my bad, I heard wrong. What did you hear? I'm sorry. You rock too. Oh, okay. You're talking about transcribed text and audio. Oh, yeah. Anchor only distributes. And they offer subscription sponsorship. I mean, they offer an opportunity for businesses, large corporations, transcribe. They will sponsor your podcast as well. So you can actually Anchor distribute something. Thank you so much. Yes. Okay, awesome. All right, guys, that is the end of my session. I hope to stay connected with you guys. Please send me a quick message. Go to my website, and I hope to see you guys very soon. All right, blessings, everyone.